How we doing? Hey, things are moved around. YouTube's moving things around on me. Now my counter's over here, and my people watching and my likes are over here instead of over there. And oh, how are things, peeps? Tim, it's just me and you, Tim. How are things, Tim? There's a couple people watching. Tim's the only one chatting, and he's right. We don't come here to learn. Slip Kids here. Hello. Oh. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Okay. Thanks, YouTube. I don't like the counter and the things right in the middle of my forehead. Put it back over there, YouTube. At least I think I'm horizontal. At least that's good. I'm not screen sharing. Sometimes they make it default to screen sharing. Oh, we're having a little bit of a cold snap for here. For here, it's cold right now. For a lot of places, it's not. We're down. Let's do a translation. Celsius to Fahrenheit, so that the rest of you know what I'm talking about when I say cold. It's not that cold. We're down in the minus. I don't know what it is right now, but it's been down between minuses. It's -6, -10-ish area. I think yesterday it might have gotten down like -12, 13. For here, that's pretty cold. Like for most of Canada, that's not very cold. Degrees Celsius minus, let's say 10. It's 14 degrees Fahrenheit. So 14, we're hovering around the 14 to 20 area for my American friends. It was 55 here in New York. Well, that's a lot warmer than 14. Wife drug me to the grocery store today. Did she drug you and then haul you to the grocery store? Language. One head of Napa cabbage costs more than 2 liters of Pepsi and 2 bags of chips. I was having this conversation yesterday with somebody. Grocery prices, man. Damn. Getting even more ridiculous by the day. Like, I laughed out loud in the grocery store a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I don't know if I had just not noticed the price of bread going up, or it hadn't bought bread for a while, but like I got to the bakery section and I saw the price of the loaf of bread that I was grabbing off the shelf, and I literally started laughing out loud. Like, it was $6 or $5.50 or something stupid for the loaf of bread, and it wasn't like artisan handcrafted bread that they made there in the store or anything like that. It wasn't the cheap garbage like Wonder Bread type bread, but it wasn't a high quality, like it wasn't a, like I said, artisan handcrafted bread. Didn't have any herbs and cheese and things in it or anything like that. Just a regular loaf of bread. Damn. I went to the grocery store yesterday or the day before. I didn't even have a cart. Or like a basket. I just did I needed a couple of things. And so I had like an armload, not even a basket. And it was $52. What did I get? I got a pack of hot dogs, pack of Smokies, buns for said items, Just some American cheese slices, because we needed those. Coffee cream. It might have been it. Oh, cheese curds from a poutine. $52. It wasn't even good food. Artisan handcrafted might be cheaper now. It's true. I don't know. Eric Habakabaka, welcome back, my friend. How's your new year going down under? You guys are further into the new year than we are. You guys are already tomorrow. It's only 3 thumbs. You guys know that you're going to enjoy it. You might as well just hit the button one day. As soon as you come in, just hit the button. You can change your mind later. Okay? Just like default to yes, I like it. And then decide after if you want to change your answer. Does it still show thumbs down? It never did show thumbs down for me. I think it just still shows me the total. Like the ups minus the downs gives me a total. All I've got is a thumb, and I've got 3. So bread from the Japanese bakery is cheaper than Kroger. I got a loaf and the bread and 2 rolls, the hot dog backed into it. I'm assuming baked into it. $12. Yeah, that's better than I did. These are hot dogs, smokies, buns, coffee cream, poutine curds. $50. That's like it must have been something else in there. Maybe not. I gotta start. It's a good thing that I started that sentence in a different way. It's a good thing that I'm kind of a big deal on YouTube. Make those big YouTube dollars to pay for groceries. I started saying I got to start making more money on YouTube, but then I realized that the joke is better than the reality. Oh, 1 beer and a keychain. Feel like I should make things on this show. Remember when I used to make things on this show? I don't do that as much anymore, and I want to get back to doing that. Even if it's just little things like keychains and pens and bottle stoppers and stuff. I think this show used to be better when I was making stuff. So let's make at least a thing. We'll start. Oh, you know what? In honor of my friend Chris Pinnell, over there on the East Coast. Stopped at the beer store on the way home. Got myself an 8 Alexander Keith's India Pale Ale. It's not an India Pale Ale at all, but they call it that. It's a light, crisp, non-terrible beer for a decent price. Comes from out his way. I wish they still made. Maybe they still do. Pinnell, do you know? Do you know if they still make the Keith's Red? That was a good beer. I enjoyed that for a while, but I haven't been able to find it for years. I don't know if they just stopped making it or stopped exporting it to other parts of Canada. Make things, you say? It's true. I used to make things. I still make things, but I used to make things too. I used to make things consistently on this live show. Usually lathe things. But I think the ratio is pretty low now in terms of making things to not making things on the show. because now I work. Now it's back to Saturdays. It's been back to Saturdays for a while, but I also work all day before the show. I think I consistently made things on the show more often when I didn't work all day leading up to the show. Chris Walters, Stuttering Wood Turner, how are you, my friend? It's good on my end. I just talking about the little cold snap that we're going through, and the price of groceries, and all negative things. But I'm good. I'm okay overall. Let's make a couple of keychains tonight. Let's make at least one. Let's commit to one keychain. Let's have a vote. Oh, this always works out really well. This never works out well. I'm going to narrow this down, first of all. I've got blank options for keychains, but I'm only going to give you guys a couple to choose from, because the more I give you, the longer this is going to take. Let's go. The one that I've got that's in the thumbnail that's up on the lathe is a purple dyed stabilized, I want to say maple, from my friend Paul Waldrop. Actually, most of these are from Paul Waldrop. Nope. Half of these are from Paul Waldrop. Stabilized maple, purple dyed stabilized maple, blue dyed stabilized maple, let's go with one from my friend Scotty down in Australia. This is the red Mallee burl. And let's go with green. Green dyed stabilized maple burl. So the vote is gonna be purple, green, blue, purple, or red. Green, blue, purple, or red. The red Mallee burl we'll call red. Green, blue, purple, red. Vote now. Vote once. Eric Habakabaka says red. Yeah, from down in Australia. Green and blue is not a vote. You have to vote one. John says red. 2 for Mallee. Chris Walters doesn't count. You gotta pick one. He says green. 2 for red, 1 for green. Pinnell said myrtle earlier because that's what Pinnell does. And gunmetal also. No, it's gonna be chrome. Greg says blue. All right, one for green, 1 for blue, 2 for red. Red's still winning. Favorite color is green. That's why I picked that. My favorite color for most of my life was green. Recently, my favorite color has become Prussian blue. Pinnell says purple, just to be a dick about it, so that there's a tie going 3 directions. Red's still winning. Prussian blue, I think, is my current favorite color. Lajeunesse also says gunmetal, because people don't like being helpful here on the Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff show. When that timer gets to 15 minutes, I'm gonna go with whichever one's winning. And that's 30 seconds away. 30 seconds to get your vote in. Purple, blue, green, or red. At least we're consistent. It's true. You're consistently jerks. We'll spin at least one keychain, unless it explodes. Then it won't be a keychain. Todd says blue. That's 2 for blue, 2 for red. and it was right under the wire of 15 minutes. All right. Red got to the top of the list first. So we'll do red, and if we feel like doing a second one after that, and by we, I mean I, we'll go on to the blue one. This one could not make it through. It's the red Mallee burl. It's got some cracks, and it's relatively, it's hard, but it's fragile because it's burl. Thought you didn't like first past the post. I really don't. I really don't. But you have to live within the system you live within. Doesn't mean you have to like it. If only you had some Star Bond. I do have some Star Bond. I don't, however, have any accelerator. And I'm not about to wait even the couple of minutes that it takes to stabilize a burl. We'll see. Maybe I will. If I get in there and it starts looking nice and it feels like it's going okay, maybe I'll grab some Star Bond. And maybe I don't remember how to turn. Like, it's entirely possible that I've completely forgotten how to operate. See if we can make a keychain. Where's that big crack? Oh, it's down there. Oh, there's another couple showing through now. This is gonna explode. We'll just keep working it down and we'll see what comes through and what. I don't have a lot of faith. It might hold together, but probably not a lot. That's a big old crack right in the middle there. You guys probably aren't going to see it, but we'll just get it. If it exploded, it explodes. Okay, we're close enough to let's get some star bond in it and see if we can find fine. We'll stabilize it. Black, I guess. Black, medium thick. Starbond does not pay me. Well, they sort of do. I have a relationship with Starbond. They provide me with free glue and a discount code for you guys for sending them their way. They do not pay me directly for using their glue or talking about it. So it's not really a sponsorship in the typical sense. I guess it is. They provide me product in exchange for using it in front of people. I do wish I had some accelerator. Which I do not, so we'll just kind of let that do what it's going to do. Let it go where it's going to go in terms of into the cracks. I'm close enough to final dimensions here that probably just going to sand it back and just have done with it. Oh, there's another little one right there. Oh, there's another one right there. Oh, there's another little bit there. It's not more glue than wood, but it's not. I'll just cover the damn thing in glue. Keep it from dripping all over the bed lathe, the lathe bed. Yeah, come on. Well, let's just do it like that. And let's just coat the damn thing in black Starbond. And we'll sand it back. And hope that it didn't glue itself to the bushings. Well, I guess it didn't. If it's glued to the bushings, it didn't do it itself. I did. Let that dry for a couple minutes. It looks like it's even doing CA finishes. Yeah, no. We'll sand that back in a couple of minutes. I knew that one was going to be problems. It didn't explode. Oh, I think he's picking on the free burl you sent him. That one wasn't a wall trip. That one was Scotty Too Hottie. That one was Chili Man, creator of Custom Grit Finishing System down in Australia. That was a terrible commercial. Sorry, Starbond. The lathe has cracks. No, the blank has cracks. That Mali burl stuff does end up having a significant number of cracks in it sometimes. Burl in general. Most people stabilize burl when they want to turn it into things on the lathe. Not Australians. No. It's not getting any harder when you impregnate it with resin. It does fill those gaps though. Emailed me a photo. Hey, all right. Lathe dust collection. Look at that. What's going on there? That's a terrible angle. Oh no, it's an under. He's got 1216 too. It's like an under catch with a, is that a 4-inch? That's cool. Still working on your box. We'll get it in the mail this week. Oh, you know what I want? Okay. I'll send you money for it. I don't know how much they are though. I want one of those Rockler dust. Speaking of dust collection, they're like magnet quick release things. They're probably a lot. I don't know. Let's see. I just want a couple because I want to have, most of it's going to be blast gated, but a couple of them are going to be like, this goes to the tool, this goes to the tool. Quick connect, Rockler. It's like a magnet onto the different tools. Dust collection system. Quick dust. Maybe that'll show up. Dust rate, mountable dust coupler, dust rate, quick change. Maybe. Hold on. Quick change multi-port tool set. 4-inch quick change multi-port tool set. $63.74 on sale right now. Is that what I want? Oh, this one is just 2. I only need this one. Quick, it's got 2 ports and like a vacuum hose thing for a 4-inch deal. Dust rate 4-inch quick change tool set. Transfer a single 4-inch dust collection hose from tool to tool. 4-inch dust ports. Maybe this is what I want. Maybe we won't make this decision live on the show, but I'm gonna have, for the main dust collector is gonna be blast gated to 3 things, but there's also gonna be a Y coming off the first split that I would like to be able to go boop, planer, boop. What else? Maybe I don't need this thing. Clearly I haven't thought it through. Izzy makes those. Yeah. Izzy did invent his own like plywood based system. Unless he invented this whole system and then Rockler bought it off him. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me. Maybe I don't need this. Let me think on that. For $40. You can go boop, boop. Planer, jointer. And then Izzy Swans is magnetic. Is this one not? I guess it isn't. It just like slides over and like self-seals or something. I use those on my system for the tools not piped into the dust collection. Okay. Doesn't work that well, Todd says. Or not that easy. It's not a just jick, 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 jick onto the next thing. Looks like it should be. And also, like, I think the hose itself would like make a vacuum. Like, it looks like you kind of hold a vacuum thing, and I'm think on that. $40 US, $50 for a quick change tool off the one Y that comes off the dust collector. Maybe. we know how fast Mike works. He needs Formula One level dust hose changes. It's true. For efficiency. Because I need to be ridiculously efficient out here in the shop in order to churn those projects out. He makes a good point. I don't need this. Chris Pinnell may have just cost you a sale, Rockler. Because he's right. I don't need this. Oh, the lathe setup is 2.5. Ah, okay. I saw the discussion about whether it's 4 or 2.5. Maybe the mini one that I'm probably going to dedicate to the table saw could have the quick clip system on it. I don't think I need this. I thought it would be cool, but I had a reason in my head. I may have just forgotten what the reason was that I wanted this quick clippy. There were two tools that I was thinking, like, even if I just could go like wasn't planer joint there. Don't know. Anyway, that was tonight's dust collection discussion. Does Mike want the Rockler Quick Connect thing? And he doesn't know. The answer is I don't know. Thanks for the information. Let's leave that for a couple minutes. Probably just doing the one now, because now I'm sitting. You know, Mike Matthias has plans for making that system. I bet he does. I bet he does. You don't have a 4-inch dust collector. I have 2 4-inch dust collectors, my friend. I have 2. Sent you a link on Facebook to buy it in Canada. Ooh. Sorry, Rockler. Pinnell he almost convinced me not to buy it at all, and now he is sending me to Elite Tools. Well, they get it from Rockler, so I guess Rockler still gets their money. $60 though. Free shipping on orders over $99. Okay, so now I got to add $40 to get free shipping. What else does EliteTools.ca sell? Ooh, this could be bad. I thought you had 3 shop vacs. No, I have 1 shop vac that I use handheld over at the lathe and on my sander. And well, I have 1 shop vac that I use. I have 2 4-inch port dust collectors that I do not use, but I am going to. See if I can get my son to get it as employee discount. That's right. That's right. But then, oh, and we're not sending UPS anymore, right? We're not using UPS. He may pay $25, then that's American, so that's $35, and they're just adding it to the box. So I don't know, call it $40 Canadian. Yeah, okay. Okay, ask the boy what he pays for it. If it's in the neighborhood of $25, I would PayPal you, and we'll throw it in the box. because I mean it can't hurt to have it. I'll hook it up to something eventually. Just the 2 one. I don't need the whatever the other one was. The like what's this one come with? Hold on, it might be a better deal. Although I mean, because right now it's on sale $63. It's regular $85. The multi-port tool set. It's got a reduce. It's got 2 of the regulars and 2 of the reducer dealies. This kit. Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was going to be table saw and then the router table that's in the wing of the table saw would be a cool click, 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 click. That's a pretty good looking plastic blast gate. As far as plastic blast gates go, that one looks pretty good. I go with the aluminium because I'm fancy pants. And they work just the same as the day I bought. I probably don't need all the big the reducers and the extra hose clamps. Depending on the price difference, though, with the employee discount. If it's another $10 or something for all the extra doodads. I don't know. Look into it and send me some info and we'll see. Yeah, even just like that like part of it. This part. Like even that looks just like a pretty good. Get the extra ones? Okay. Let's look at the price difference. What's the item number on that? The 4-piece with the extra hose clamps is item number 56783. And just the 2 dealie is 52594. $208 reviews on this thing. 4.5 stars on 208 reviews. That's people like that. The inside of the handle is too small for 4-inch PVC pipe. But yeah, it would be coming off a first Y to a flex hose. And then the flex hose would have the vacuum handle dealy thing, and the bits would go on table saw and router wing or planer jointer, or then I need a different adapter. It should not be this complicated. Should just be able to buy a thing and have it work. Damn it. Unless you're buying Festool, stuff that only fits other Festool stuff, things should fit together. I don't understand things that are the same. Like, what was it? The hose on my shop vac was the same outside diameter as the outside diameter of the other things. Like and so they just the pipe handle is $20 USD at Rockler or 20 Canadian at Elite Tools. Ooh. Busy Bee has a. Yeah, but we may have access to an American Rockler employee discount. Stop trying to get me to shop online during the show. This never works out well when I go shopping on the internet during this show. Should be fine hooking the handle to 4-inch flex hose. Okay, good, because I have a fair bit of that. Like I probably have 15 feet hanging on the wall there, and another 3-footer coming off currently. Should we finish this keychain? Let's finish the keychain. We'll sand back this star bond. I gotta get a little bit closer to my bushing there for Mr. Pinnell on this side. This side's probably okay to just sand. But Pinnell will make fun of me if I don't get at least a little bit closer to the bushing there. And I'm not good. I'm not good with Pinnell making fun of me. It actually hurts me in my soul. We'll do a quick skim cut on the rest of it before we do the sanding. Hopefully it'll hold together. There we go. That is good enough for tonight in terms of the actual cutting action. Just glue down in the cracks. Okay. Yeah. Start at 150. Loud noises. two something. 2 something. 220 or 240. $320. Yeah. We'll stop at 320 and we'll do the custom high-speed crayon. Custom high-speed crayon. Not sponsorship relationship that I have with Custom Creations down in Australia. Scott sent me these finishes for nothing to get. He's the first person ever to reach out, in fact, the first company to reach out and ask if I wanted to try their products and tell them what they thought, and I fell in love with them immediately. Been using them ever since. Link in the video description to his website and a discount code for you. Sanding and final, well, finish and final sanding in one step. There are 2 steps available. Oftentimes I don't bother going to the second step because the first step takes your piece to the equivalent of 50,000 grit. That's a pretty nice keychain. Cracks and all. Yep, happy with that. Maybe a little bulky for some people in through here in their pocket, but I don't want to lose any more of that beautiful, beautiful wood. And it didn't glue to the bushings. Hey. And it didn't glue to the mandrel. Let's get a kit out. Whoa. These keychain kits I purchased full price. I have no relationship with these people either. I actually, not either. I have no financial or other relationship with these folks at williamwoodwright.c. No, obviously penkits.ca, penblanks.ca, I think. William Woodwright is the name of the company. It's where I get most of my turning kit type things these days. And literally these kits are just essentially any half of a slimline. Half a slimline makes a keychain. Pop one end into there. Good. Come on. No, I think I want it the other way. One of the whoopities is a little bit fatter than the other one. Come on. This is a good commercial too. Look how simple this goes together. Mr. Butterfingers over here could get a... They're not paying me. Whatever. There it is. There we go. And then the ring goes in there. Yeah. One red Mallee burl. Keychain. So this is very, very cool wood. It is a very, very cool wood. This obviously is not going to do it justice for you guys. It is that is a slick thing to have on your keys. Dusty. What do you got on you? Oh, it's custom high-speed crayon. That's I'm like, why won't it just dust off? Because it's custom high-speed crayon. Is that a Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff keychain in your pocket? Hey, yo. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice unit. Don't feel like doing another one, though. I thought maybe I could get through a couple tonight, but then this stupid Australian burl with its cracks. And now I'm making excuses. But I made one more thing than I make most of the time on this show these days. So that's a win. Now we can just hang out. Thanks, John. Looks awesome, he says. Eric Habakabaka, thank you, my friend. You Australians and your crazy hard fancy woods with your burls and your spider-proof trees. Beer. They gotta grow hard trees down there to resist the spiders. Otherwise, the spiders will eat the trees. Oh, I got another picture from Todd Latchnass here. Oh, he's got an unboxing pic The pieces that come in the quick change. Oh, just kind of, I see what. Let's try. All right, I'll keep thinking on it. I'll get some prices from my friend Paul through his son employee discount situation. It'll never, I'm never going to be upset at having like extra unused pieces of dust collection. I mean, currently I have a whole damn setup of unused dust collection. The light is reflecting on a wisp of hair next to the top of your right upper ear. It looks... looks like you had the top of your ear pierced. Maybe I did. You don't know. It sounds like me, doesn't it? Just suddenly go out and just get a... through my face. Just get somebody to stick a hole in my face, and like an extra hole that I don't need in my face. That sounds like a thing that I'm going to go do. Never really understood piercings in general. It's just like it's an extra hole to decorate yourself with. Like I understand tattoos. There's artistry involved. There's yes, self-expression. You can put a hole somewhere and it can help you express or whatever. But it's a hole that you put a thing in. At least a tattoo like has some artistry involved, some like creativity, as opposed to a hole that you put a piece of metal in. I mean, everybody can like what they like and express themselves how they want. Just have never really understood piercings. Just put an extra hole in yourself that you fill with a piece of metal. What does that really like? What does that express? That you just wanted a hole there, I guess. No, I mean, to each their own. Everybody can do them. You do you. Let everybody else do them. Tried to create a screenshot. Oh yeah. Hold on. Yeah, there was like little. Oh, I might have myself a smokerette. I'm happy to have done one keychain. It's one more thing than I usually do on this show these days. I'm gonna try to do stuff, make things on the show a little more often than I have the last 6 months anyway. Last 6 months of shows. I don't know what the ratio is, but it's not. I don't even think it's probably 1 in 4 anymore. It used to be like 80-90% of the time I would make something. Like the show was designed around the making of the thing. Now it's become like probably the other direction. It's probably 10% making something and 90% just hanging out with my friends on the internet, which is fun. I enjoy it. Obviously, you guys get something out of it or you'd stop coming. But I'd like to get back to making things a little more often. Get back into the guitars soon. We got the rough draft of the jewelry box video edited, Mikey B and I, this past week. We are going to do the tight edit and pick music and things on Monday. I am going to be working together with my friend Jackson Winchester Rutherford Doyle III down in Australia. We are going to work together on creating me a little intro clip with moving things and spinning logo and stuff. And then expect that video, theoretically, expect the jewelry box video next Saturday. We're going to do the tight edit and music selection on Monday. On Tuesday, I'm hoping to make that intro thing with Jax. And then it'll release next Saturday, theoretically. Ooh. This guy in the local buy and sell selling some magic cards. Old school magic cards, like the ones that I played. Don't do that. Don't buy those. Don't spend money on nostalgia. Sometimes spend money on nostalgia. Next time make 2, after that make 4, after that make 8. By the end of the year, you'll be making 5.3 million keychains per episode. Is that the actual math? Did you actually math that out? Is the exponential on 52 weeks 5.3 million keychains? Is it like double it or pass it to the next guy or whatever? It's only 30 episodes. 30 exponentially is 5 point. I don't think I can. I think maybe 4 would be about as many as I would want to do after a full day's of work. What's the most pens that I've done on the show? I want to say that I've done 4 pens on a show. Maybe not. I know there have been times where I've made multiple things. Often have made 2 things. Pretty sure that there's been a couple of times where I've done 4. Like slimline pens, or a couple of pens and a couple of keychains or something like that. Two pens in a bowl. Did I do 2 pens in a bowl on a live show? Yeah, I think I did. Cool. Yeah, no, I did during the 2 pens in a bowl extravaganza. I did 14 days of 2 pens in a bowl every day. And one of those days was on my live show. If I did 14 days in a row of it, then I would have done that twice on the show. I used to turn a bowl pretty frequently. Like most weeks for maybe 3-4 months. Turned a bowl on the show. Haven't turned a bowl since I did 30 of them in... Is that true? I think it was the end of September, beginning of October that I turned those 30 bowls. And I'm not sure that I've turned a bowl since that. I turned like 30 bowls in 2 days or something. It's a video on my channel that my friend Pinnell will link to, right? In the chat. Sent you a photo of my first pen. Like Legend has sending me all kinds of... Is that Paduke? That's not Paduke. It's not open grained enough for Paduke. Is that Bloodwood? Bubinga? No, it's not Bubinga. Todd Lachiness, first pen. It's a good first pen, my friend. Yeah, Bloodwood. Oh, right on. So now I don't need to make you the one out of the blank that you sent me. Did you make that ring too? It's like a wood core ring there. It's probably the first thing that that John noticed when I flipped that around. Yeah, pork chops again. Good thing you didn't cash the check. It's still over there someplace. It's probably no good anymore. I don't know how long checks last. I'm really good at money. Sure did. Yeah, see, he went straight to the ring, and he was like, "Is that a Purple Heart core in that ring?" Looks like gunmetal. Looks like gunmetal Purple Heart. Or like black chrome. Mike, if I send you an expensive pen kit that I have laying around with bushings, would you buy probably the irregular drill bits and make it? What's the irregular drill bit? If the irregular drill bit is like $40, then maybe no, but maybe. I spend money poorly. Like, I'm not good at making decisions, so maybe. I'd like to try a fountain pen kit one day. Those can get fancy. Let's go with yes. Let's go with yes. If you send me a fancy, expensive pen kit and the bushings, I think I should be willing to buy the drill bit for it. As long as it's not impossible to come by. Like if I don't have to have it custom made. Be awesome if it was like 27/64ths. Because I have that one. Sizes 15/32 and 37/64ths. Is it 37/64ths that I have? I thought it was 27/64ths. What's the maple leaf, Pinnell? Because I might only need one. I think it's 27/64. And 1-inch pen blank. I gotta use a fancy pen blank too for it then, probably. Why is it gotta be a 1-inch pen blank? Is this gonna be a fatty fat McFatter pen? I could do like a glue up, do a fatty lamination. Or I could cast something. What's the... Hold on. I want to see if my mold... That's not 1-inch. My mold that Scott sent me is not 1-inch, it's 3/4. I was going to say I could cast something. I could still cast something. I just make my own mold and cast some burl bits and some resin into a 1-inch blank. Maple Leaf is 27/64. Right. Used to sell them for $250. This sounds like a thing that I should do. spend the money on the drill bits and sell it for $250, I probably wouldn't be able to sell it. I'd probably be like, damn, this is the nicest pen that I now own. Majestic Rollerball Pen Hardware Kit. Let's go back to Rockler. Majestic Rollerball. Gunmetal Chrome. It's that one right there. It's on sale right now for, ooh, that is a fancy looking dealie. It's on sale right now for $25 American. Oh, except it's temporarily oversold. You can reserve one. Threaded cap. Swarovski crystal. That's a... I could try making that. I could try making that. Except then if it's awesome, then I'm going to need a bunch of those. Because I don't think I want to buy the drill bits to just make one of them. But then you can get your boy to get me discount staff deal on them and send them up. That's slick looking pen. Filigree and Swarovski crystal and stuff. $40. Penblanks.ca. It's a $40 kit. I bet penblanks.ca sells the 37/64ths and whatever else it is. Ooh. Penblanks.ca this week it has a special on Sirocco ballpoint pen kits. Hey, the key rings are on sale. Keychains are on sale for $2. $37.64. See if that turns up anything at penblanks.ca. The pen mill $37.64, drill bit $37.64, Brad Point drill bit $17 drill bit 37/64. And what was the other one? Get the credit card. No. $15.37. 30 seconds is $13. So $30 for the drill bits ish. Sure. Why not? I make bad financial decisions. There's some nice pen kits that take a 15-30 second. There's a fountain pen, the Baron fountain pen. $20 kit, takes a 15-30 second. Ooh. Oh, so does the Levesque fountain pen. That's a pretty slick looking pen too. Not getting the credit card. But if I buy the drill bits, Mistral. Ooh, the Mistral fountain pen by Beaufort. Black titanium. And what? Hold on. This guy. Look at this guy. That is a slick Ooh. Ooh. Mm. Damn it. You know, you got me. Mm. You guys. I can see how people get obsessed with this hobby, like the just the pen turning hobby. Like there are pen turners that's all they do. I can see why, because there are a lot of wicked cool pen kits and combinations of wood and hardware and things, and yeah, it's I understand. That is a very very attractive thing. Recently got a wood bleacher seat from when they redid the Notre Dame football stadium. I wish it was from somewhere cooler. Notre Dame burn. Cleaned my shop, found around 90 pen kits. Not a thin line in sight. Yeah, because you're Mr. Fancy Pants. I I make no qualms. I make no. I sold slimline. I sell a crap ton of slimline pens. I don't necessarily like them. I don't necessarily not like them. I sell the shit out of them, and they're quick and cheap and easy, and the profit margin is it's the highest profit margin that comes out of my shop. Might not be if I could turn a $40 kit into a $250 pen. Relatively quickly, I guess. I paid for my lathe in like 6 months just selling slimline pens. I have two pieces of wood that I've been meaning to turn: a piece of the Shawshank Redemption tree. That's cool. And a piece of wood from the DMZ in Korea. The DMZ. The the the, the it's got to be a military abbreviation or something. DMZ. Is it a ship? The demilitarized zone. I was right about it being a military abbreviation. It's like TMZ, but in Korea. Oh, no, it isn't. That's lies. Got the idea from a guy selling rings made from the decking of the USS Texas. What idea? Gonna make a ring and pen set. Hold on. Okay. From the bleacher seat. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be some crazy Notre Dame college football fan guys that would love that, especially like some sort of certificate of authenticity that comes with it. I mean, I wouldn't pay any extra money for wood that came from Notre Dame Stadium, but football fans are crazy. I am a crazy football fan. I might. Oh, you know what? I would probably pay money for a piece of wood to make something out of that came from Taylor Field. in Regina. That's probably about it. That's the only like stadium that I'm nostalgic for. Still got some teak from the USS Texas deck from Under the Guns. They sent me some a few years ago when you built a guitar for them. Sweet. I have one piece of teak. Nope, it's eBay. It's not teak. For my father, big Notre Dame fan. Will you tell him to grow a brain? Sports fans are allowed to just razz on each other like that. It's a thing. Beer. Is there not football happening tonight? Last week there was football happening. Is that not a thing? Isn't it? It's wild card weekend, isn't it? What's it? NFL schedule. Oh yeah, there is. Oh, it's the Dolphins-Chiefs game that everybody's been, oh my God, it's gonna be so cold and whatever. It's football. Come on. Chiefs, yeah. Packers, Cowboys tomorrow. No, I hate that I probably have to pick the Cowboys in that. Rams, Lions. Take the Lions there. Steelers, Bills, take the Bills. Eagles, Bucks. Ooh, Eagles. I'm going to go Chiefs, Cowboys, Lions, Bills, Eagles. Oh, and the Browns played the Texans earlier today. I hate that I have to pick the Cowboys over the Packers, but that is a thing that I have to do. Lions Rams is going to be a good game. Anyway, enough football. You have to pay for Peacock streaming to watch it tonight. Huh. Is that a thing people do? Do people pay for Peacock? It's not a thing I would do. Oh, I don't like paying for all the things that I already pay for. What do we got right now? We've got, I think, I always have to check with the wife because sometimes we have like the free trial version of something and then maybe we keep it, maybe we don't. So I don't know anymore whether we have it or not because I don't watch things. I think right now, I know we have Netflix and Disney Plus. I think we have Amazon, whatever theirs is called. At one point, we had Crave as well. What else did we? Apple TV, I think we had or have. But it's like, I mean, it's become like cable was. Like everybody was all pissed off about cable because you had to buy all the channels, and now it's essentially the same. It's gone back to the same damn system. You got to buy all of the channels to get all of the shows, and it's just It's no different. Instead of paying $60 for all of the channels, you paid $10 and $10 and $10 and $10 and $10 and $10 or whatever. Netflix, Hulu, Disney, and Prime. I don't think we have Hulu. We have Netflix, Disney, and Prime. And I think Apple TV, because we watched that movie on Apple TV a few weeks ago. But that might be like the free trial version, and we might not keep it, kind of thing. And 70% of it's with YouTube. Yeah. You do the YouTube Premiere or whatever the shit it's called? YouTube Premium, so that you don't have to watch ads? Because I think I'm more likely to do that than I am to buy another subscription service. Because at least part of that money goes to the people who make the shows. I sent you pics of the USS Texas guitar. Oh, email or Facebook, or where is that? There it is. You shooting that through a screen door? That's pretty neat. That's pretty cool. What's this part? I assume that that's something from the ship. Oh, that's cool. Little like sort of laser burn of the profile of the ship on the headstock. That's slick. It's a slick guitar. Just a brass port that they sent you. Okay, it's a cool addition. Single. What are those called? Those like rail humbucker things. I don't know what those are actually called. That pickup. Chris, did you finish the dust collection project? I believe he did. He can speak for himself, but I believe the dust collection project is complete. They're called a pain in the ass to wire. Oh, are they? Or are they like hot rails or something like that? I might never do another 2 pickup guitar. I just do not see the need to be able to switch between pickups. Now, for me, I mean, if it was a custom order or something, sure. But like, I have never found myself playing guitar and needing to switch between pickups. Seymour Duncan calls them hot rails. Is that what I said? I think I said hot rails. It's like a dual humbucker system. Yeah, they're cool. It's as done as it will be for now until I change something. Yeah, isn't that kind of how we live in terms of shops? I mean, my shop is done as it will be for now until I change something. Which is probably, well, guitars, end table, maybe hatchet. Maybe I'll throw the hatchet in there as a project before the renovation. Bunch of stuff to get into the shop to have on the shelf to sell while my shop is closed down for like a month doing the reno. Yeah. Keychains and slimlines. Cheap stuff for the shop. and then I can shut things down, move what needs to be moved out of here, wherever I can find to put it, and get to painting and lighting and dust collecting and move everything back in. Maybe with Rockler Quick Connect hoses. Or maybe not. Oh. Yeah. So, I don't have too much else to talk about. I could go get a guitar. I could look around elitetools.ca. Power tools. Let's go. Circular saws. They sell dominoes. They sell lathes. Machinery. Wood lathe. Let's see what they sell. King. They sell Laguna. 10 by 16 King wood lathe. $500. I'm supposed to be shopping for Nadia for the shop. She was like, I'll spend $500 on a lathe for the shop. It's like, okay, well, I wish I could still get that Rikon one for that much, but I can probably find a $500 lathe for the shop to do small turning things with. 1016 King is $500. 1218 King, $700. Maybe I could talk her into $700. Rikon 1260, the 7100 is $716, and it's sold out. Zelda. Yeah, we could talk about Zelda. I think you'll prefer the quick connects over trying to fit the hose and clamp on each tool every time you switch tools. Well, absolutely I will. I probably won't bother switching it to the other tool unless I have the quick connect thing. I know me, and I'll just be like, eh. Laguna 1524, $3,000. $1,836 for $4,000. You need to find the best $500-ish lathe on the market for the shop. And it's probably going to mean that I'm somewhere in the King Industrial type range. Grizzly. Except I don't know how we get those to Canada and whether or not it's a huge import charge. Could probably get a Grizzly lathe. Grizzly.com? Is it as simple as Grizzly.com? Yep. 5% off if you enter your email address. Lathe. Let's just go lathe on Grizzly.com. Facebook Marketplace. That's what she said. She's like, even if it's used, and I was like, no. Like, as a business owner, you want to buy a new tool so you can get the receipt for tax purposes. You can get the warranty for replacements and repairs and stuff. Like for like, you're gonna get a $700 or $800 lathe for $500 used, but you don't get the benefits from buying it new. I think as a business owner, if you want to spend $500 on a lathe, you're better off buying a $500 new lathe. 1420 variable speed, 695. Mm, 8x13 variable speed wood lathe, 249. That's got to be garbage. Yeah, 8x13. That's a pen lathe basically. Working machines. Let's go lathes and let's sort by price maybe. Price, load high. Yeah. Now we're shopping. Explain how business taxes work, Mike. I will absolutely do that. Get the Nova Comet for $600. No, these are American dollars. So, Pinnell, to answer your question, when you buy something as an investment for your company, you get to use the price of that thing as a tax deduction for your investment for your company, and that makes it free. You essentially pay $0 for it because it's a tax write-off. That's how that works. 640. I don't know that we can do it for $500 anymore, Nadia. We can do it for $7. Used to be able to do it for $5, I think. 10x18 variable speed bench shop lathe from Grizzly, $379 American. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Does Canada do LLC for business? Well, you do incorporation. I think LLC is the American version of Inc. But I'm not good at business. We can incorporate businesses, which I think is what LLC means. I don't know, though. I don't know, I'll keep doing some looking around. She's basically given me a $500 shopping spree for a lathe. So I'll see what I can do. It's 500 Canadian dollars, which is not very much. Just an FYI, the 1018 is the same as the Excelsior Rockler lathe, which my son can get at a discount. But it has to, the shipping from Texas on, what, a 70-pound lathe? Can't be. Maybe it could. Maybe it could. Let's see what the Excelsior lathe over at Rockler is. Excelsior. Excelsior cutters. There's no lathe on Rockler called the Excelsior. They got the Excelsior cutters for the Robert Sorby Turnmaster system. Oh, but they got the Excelsior lathe replacement belt. Let's go power tools. Let's go wood turning. Let's go lathes. Got the Laguna, got the Jet, we got the Powermatic, we got some more Jet. Yes, there is. I'm literally looking it up right now. Maybe they took the Excelsior name off of it, and now it's just called the Rockler 1018 mini lathe. Busy Bee has one for $2.99. That's gotta be shit. That's gotta be like barely a step up from my crappy Mastercraft one. The 1018 mini lathe. Yeah. It's on sale, $100 off right now. The 1018 mini lathe from Rockler. I need to be teaching on a variable speed lathe. And I don't see any belt changes or anything on this. Chair legs, small table legs, pens, bottle stoppers. If you need to I don't think it's a variable speed lathe, and I'm absolutely not going to want to teach on a not variable speed lathe. Nova Comet is $7 Sort by lowest price. The bed extension for the Powermatic is more expensive than the Rockler mini lathe. I don't know. And $4.99 and $5.79 at Busy Bee. Is that King Industrial? I'm gonna keep shopping. I appreciate you guys helping. Nadia, she's not watching, but I have friends helping us try to find the best value for the shop. Why don't we just buy another 1216? Just give me another $700 on top of the $5 that you're giving me. We'll just get a 1216 for down at the shop. We'll just get Paul to win another lathe through his turning group or whatever. It's CraftX. Oh, CraftX. I mean, I'm not convinced that CraftX doesn't come out of the same factory as King anyway. And Grizzly and all of those ones. Pays for itself with a couple of classes. Yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea. Beer and smoke. I would say it pays for itself within 5 classes. Six maybe. Because keep in mind, these are only like 3 or 4 person classes, and she's only making $50-ish per person on them. So let's say the average registration is 2 and a bit people. I would say 2.5 people is the average registrants. So she's making $125 per class. So yeah, it'd be a good lathe could take her 6 months worth of classes to pay off, because we only do them once or twice a month. I'm not a math guy. Her cut goes up if she supplies the lathe. No, it doesn't. Well, maybe it would. Maybe it would. I don't know. I would honestly, I'd be okay with it, because I wouldn't have to spend an hour lugging my shit down there and setting it up. So If she makes a little more and I make a little less, that's okay because it's less work for me. I don't know why I went over there to drink my beer, because it was my smoking hand. I think there was... Rockler has a variable lathe, but it's way too much. Yeah, see, that's the problem. I absolutely want, at the very least, like a gear change variable speed. I don't necessarily need to be able to uppy downy with a knob, but I do need to be able to change the speed of the lathe. I'd expect your current cut to be higher currently if you are supplying all the tools. My cut is bigger than hers. And I get to set my price, and then she sets her price, and that ends up being what the course costs. And it's been going well so far. We need to figure out a way to make it easier for everybody. You can change it on the 1018 from Rockler, just change the belt location on the pulleys. Didn't look like that was an option. Hold on, the 1018. Why doesn't it at least say that it... Let me go through the pictures. There's nowhere to access belts. Maybe a little side compartment thing there? Like, why don't they... Literally none of the pictures have anything about belt changes or anything. And in the description, there's nothing about changing the speed of anything. Dual belt access doors for speed changes. Very small, way down there. Okay. Look up the CX815 lathe. Okay. CX815 lathe. At Busy Bee Tools. Mini wood lathe, variable speed, craft X. $300. Oh, it's $10 off right now. This is a Mastercraft. This is basically this garbage crap thing that I already have. I said, Paul, I didn't see you ask me to look at it. I think it's probably a step up. From the crappy Mastercraft, but not all that much. Let's go, now that we're at Busy Bee, let's go into wood lathes. This is really entertaining for people, probably. And check the CX801, $500. What is this? Maybe this half horsepower, 6-speed lathe. $10. Nadia's One Smart Cookie. Now instead of business mic teaching classes, it's employee mic teaching classes on the company equipment. No, I still get my teacher rate for teaching classes. Employee mic doesn't work for employee mic rate if it's teaching classes. Ooh, what's this? Here we go, the CX813, $579. with digital readout 1218. This might be the answer. This might be the answer. Digital readout variable speed, $580. Mm-hmm. 3/4 horsepower, 12 MT2 tapers. That's good. 650 to 3,800 RPM is good. Fully cast iron, 84 pounds is good. This might be the answer. Nadia, who is not watching, we might have to go up to $600 plus shipping. It's probably going to take it back up to $800, in which case we might as well just buy the Rikon from down the street for $800. Buy a lathe and lease it to them, either per class or etc. It's not a bad idea, but if she wants to buy a lathe for the shop, I'm going to let her buy a lathe for the shop. I'm just going to try and get her to buy the best quality one at a price that she wants to pay, that I am going to be comfortable teaching on, and that people are going to enjoy their time learning on. That's the problem, is like if we buy a cheap garbage lathe, people come and they pay for the class and they don't enjoy their experience, and then they don't get into wood turning, and they don't have good things to say about their experience learning at the shop. So there's something to be said for spending more money and having people. I think this is it. CX813, but after shipping and like after the freight costs, we might as well just go down the street and get the Rikon from the store for $800. Can probably find a pedal drive lathe for $200. I can probably buy Matthias's plans to make one out of plywood for $20, and then I buy like 2 sheets of plywood for $150 and make it. It comes down to user experience. Okay, you sign your son up for scouting. You volunteer as scoutmaster. Go to the store, get them to give you a discount for charity, and then leave scouting. It's just not a thing that I'm gonna do. Like we've met. These crazy, like, weird moral, ethical things that I just like. I'll find her something that will do what we need it to do at the shop. I wish Laguna made one step down from the 1216. I wish they made like a 1014 or something for like $700, because I could sell her on that, I think. And we have Laguna dealer just over there, half an hour up the road. KMS has the Nova Comet 1216.5 with a G3 chuck and a mini 650. KMS. We have a KMS in Nanaimo. Nadia, look at all these people helping us. $150 off right now. Would go pick it up from Nanaimo and she could pay my gas. What's this one? What's the King Canada? Case 1016 King, $500. What about a Wen? Yeah, not in Canada. We don't have Wen dealers in Canada, and then the import charges would be nuts. Whatever you do, buy Beaver Chucks. Yes, absolutely. Especially when the alternative is to get essentially a free Nova G3. You should absolutely, instead, you should get a Beaver Chuck. Nova Comet 12. This is... They have 2 in Nanaimo right now. It's a good set with the chuck and the turning tools. I'm gonna send that to her right now. Be like, this might be the best we can do. There's probably right now. People are literally helping me shop live on the show. Hello, Bailey Woodworks. She can spend $500 on a lathe, and then what? She needs tools and a chuck. It's true, but I mean, I would be able to. That the issue is moving. For me, the issue is moving the lathe down all the time. So for not have, I could bring my chuck and my tools, like that's not a big deal. And I might anyway and be able to, if we had 2 decent lathes going and I could teach more people at a time, it makes us both more money, and et cetera, et cetera. The chuck is $150 and the tool set is $90 separately purchased. So the lathe, it's like the lathe is only $400. You're not wrong. That's why it caught me off guard when the Rikon came out at Lee Valley for $500, including the set of carbide tools. Because I was like, those are $160 tools. So you're telling me you're selling this lathe for $350? And then it immediately sold out, and they haven't had it back in stock for a year since it was like first released. It's the mini turning tool set that comes with this. Is it little carbides? What's the 5-piece Nova mini turning tool set? I hope it's not like these stupid little. Because those are not worth anything. get the Beaver sponsorship thing going. I could. I'd talk to Beaver and get a free lathe and chuck and tools and have everyone upset at how shitty it is to turn wood. Why did I pay for this class? I don't hate the King, the $500 King. $10-16 at $500. That one I don't hate. It's MT2. 10-inch bowl is plenty big for classes. I would probably never teach more than like a 7-inch bowl. Heavy enough that it could do it. Don't get bonus tools and a chuck though. One-inch 8 TPI is good. Do you have stands for the lathes? No, I would make little table things. Little 2x4 studs and a piece of plywood and just make a little table for it. Something that we can like collapse and put away somewhere. Is a tool rest post clamp can be positioned on either side. What does that even mean? The tool rest post clamp can be positioned on either side. Oh, okay, it'll lock down either way. So that, I don't know that's how I would say that, but King will be belt change speed. I think they'll all be. I think the Nova will too. Turning in reverse. Reverse is not as important as convenient variable speed. For me. Everybody has to make their own decisions on what's important for them in a lathe. But for me, reverse is a sanding thing. And it's really only because I like sanding on the top of stuff as opposed to the bottom of stuff. Nova has a dial to change the speed. But yeah, well, but you're also going to have to belt change, aren't you? You're not going to go from 250 to 4,000 on one belt, on one gear. Like it's going to be like the Laguna where I've got 3 tiers and then in each gear I've got the, maybe not. Three-step pulley system. Yeah, it's the same as the Laguna. So it's get 3 gears and then within each gear you're a variable speed. We're traveling with our teen choir this weekend. Bailey Woodworks. We just got 30 teens into their rooms for the night. We lead worship in 2 churches tomorrow in Northeast Ohio. And you stopped in to say hi here on the Nonsense Show. I appreciate it. King is 6 speeds total, no change speed without moving a belt. Oh, boo, Earns. All right, Nova Comet. 12 by 16 and a half with a chuck and turning tools, $650, and a trip to Nanaimo. That's it. That is the best deal. Because you're right, that chuck is probably $150. It's the chuck that I wanted you to buy when you bought the Beaver. I know, but I need the Beaver was the question. I was trying to answer a question. What a lathe from Craigslist or Marketplace. Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. She even said, like, well, maybe a used one. But I think it's better for her as a business owner to get something that she has a receipt for and can use as a tax deduction and have a warranty for, as opposed to paying $500 or $600 for $1,000 lathe that when something goes wrong, now you're in it for another couple $100 and another couple $100 and et cetera, et cetera. But I don't know. She told me to get shopping, and I'm shopping. She has you and your hammer to fix any lathe issue. This is true. This is true. She absolutely does have me and my hammer. That's what she said. Nah. She's just, the only response that I got was, I said the chuck that this comes with is $150. So like, the price of this lathe is actually really good. And her response was, "What's a chuck?" The chuck is the thing that holds the wood on the lathe while it spins. And it's true. I forget because I'm talking to woodworkers all the time, so I have to remember when I'm talking to not woodworkers that these words don't necessarily mean anything. It goes by Charles, but it holds things. It's true. The Charles, the 1-inch 8 TPI Charles. I think I asked you the same question 9 months ago about what's a chuck. Yeah, and these are things that I don't think of. Like when you're a certain ways along in your journey, like when I have to remember that when I say like TPI or things like that, that maybe doesn't mean anything to anybody. Like if I say like I got a 14 TPI handsaw, I need to remember that that might not make sense for everybody. Just tell her there's the price of the lathe and the upchuck price. That conversation is when you bought the Beaver. It's your fault? If you get the chuck from Beaver, it doubles as a doorstop of bucket fishing weight. Yeah, we do need something to hold open. It wouldn't even hold open a door, like it's not wedge shaped properly. It would hold open like a small cabinet door that wanted to close on its own. Short-term memory. I can't keep track of all of my fans. Okay, I'm kind of a big deal, Todd. I can't remember which of my many fans created what kind of situation at any given time. Okay, let's be realistic. I have many leather-bound books. My office smells of rich mahogany. I killed a guy with a trident. No. Beer. It's been another fun show. We did some shopping. We made a thing. We talked about dust collection and lathe differences and requirements that you might be considering if purchasing a lathe. What's Pinnell talking about now? Oh, he just sent me the link to the KMS. Okay. It was an old message. I missed it. So I'm still holding off on finishing Tears of the Kingdom. I'm still enjoying playing around and running around in Hyrule. But I think I'm getting close to the point where I have to wrap it up and just finish the game and have some closure. And then maybe start a second playthrough. But I kind of just don't want my first playthrough to end and know what I don't want to be spoilered for my second playthrough. I almost want to start a second playthrough before finishing my first one so that I don't know the end of the game and I can start again and play it again. It is a very good game. Laguna Revo 1216 lathe with stand extension table with a drill chuck and one excellent shape. $1,000. Yeah, $1,000 American, maybe plus shipping. If I remember right, you were pooping on Beaver. I never poop on a company until I have any sort of experience with them. Decided you can't poop on them. Oh, okay, I probably was like, it's probably garbage. You probably shouldn't buy it. Maybe I shouldn't say that unless I actually have some, that's what happened. That's what happened. And I was like, well, if I'm going to say this, I should at least have something to back it up. It's still right over there. I still haven't sent them their stupid 20-second video to their private upload server that they want it uploaded to in order for them to decide whether or not they do anything about it. At this point, I think I might just put the video out and explain the whole situation. Because I recorded the whole unboxing and the whole this doesn't fucking line up. So I'm not super happy with that. And I stripped the damn bolt trying to unlock the jaw. Well, that's pretty rad. I'm going to contact them and see if I can get some kind of resolution. And then I'll just come back in and be like, couldn't get a resolution because they wanted me to jump through a bunch of hoops. Take this for what you will. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. If anybody wants to buy this for $17.99 plus shipping, you can have it. The end. I'm in a similar position now. We're in collecting mode. Collecting mode is fun. I liked that phase. I guess that's kind of still where I am. I go around. Well, I'm in like just for fun. Let's upgrade all of the armor. Like go to the ferries and see what I need to upgrade the armor, and then go try to harvest those parts and stuff. Which sucks for the one particular armor that I'm trying to upgrade that I won't talk about because it's a late game thing. Yeah, I need to. Been trying to harvest 9 Gliok guts, and I've probably killed 40 of those damn things, and I have 5 of them so far. It sucks. The lack of rupees is the difficult part. I told you how to fix that. Just go moose hunting. Spend some time at a cook pot and cook a whack of meat into skewers and sell them. Go to the stable in Hebra. Just go walking around, kill some moose and wolves and whatever, and make meat skewers and sell them. You got to use 5 things. Put 5 things in the cook pot. You get 1.8 times as much as the individual value of each of those things. It's the RG armor, right? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's the armor that is only one piece, and it's your whole deal. It's the armor you get for getting all of the shrines. I think that's how I got it. I think after you get the last shrine, I don't remember. But there aren't individual pieces. It's just one whole suit. My buddy sent me a moose poop bowl blanks. Make an 8 by 3 inch bowl. You know how much spinning that's going to do? That's a lot of bowl movement. Huh? That was okay. Like, moose poop blank, spinning that much, bowl movement. Like, that's all right. That was okay. I mean, I give myself like a 7.6. 7.6 on that, I think, is pretty good. You still need to make your moose poop pen. It's true. I do. And many of the sea critters pen as well. was a crappy joke. Hey, see? Yeah, that's good. It will have great chatoyance. Yep, it absolutely will. It absolutely will have a great chatoyance. Maybe the second best chatoyance of all time. Hmm? Huh? It would be ranked number 2. No, it was okay. You said duty. We get stuff down at work all the time. Like Paul and I were talking about the ridiculousness of UPS brokerage fees. Well, I've talked about it on the show as well. Nadia is like ordering things in for the shop all the time to sell retail. She has to add so much money to the price of these things because the UPS guy shows up with like $160 worth of stuff, and it's like, oh, you owe us $47 on top of what you paid for it. And there's like 10 things in the box, so now she has to add $4 per thing to just to break even on the fuck. It's just UPS is garbage. Put it on the wall as another shit company that we shouldn't be dealing with in this world. I do feel like I should have a whiteboard where I put like companies we hate. When are you going to do another segmented bowl? I have 3 guitars and a side table and a hatchet and a shop renovation and the revival of classes at the shop and cheap things sell better than expensive things. And if I was gonna put an estimate on when I would do another segmented bowl, I would say February 2025. Realistically, that's about the next time that I can see myself wanting to endeavor into that. Even though I do have a wicked awesome segmenting sled now, I just don't see it falling into the priority list for a year. Cheap things sell better than expensive things. Hashtag economist Mike. You know what I fucking mean, right? God. Like ROI, Mr. Spreadsheet. I don't know. Paul sells $250 pens sometimes, so it's pretty good ROI. Like when I go to a market, I sell out of keychains and slimlines, and I don't sell out of $50, $60, $70 bowls, and sometimes don't sell any. So price point, time, effort, etc., etc. I would love to make a fancy segmented, I think at that point it would be called a vase because of how much it costs. I can't justify that. As Paul recall selling those at market. Probably not. It's probably a custom order or something. I only sell pens when they're ordered. Yep. But that's the thing. I don't have people banging down my door for custom orders for things. Probably because I don't advertise that that's a thing that I want to do. Because that's not really a thing I want to do. Business is hard, guys. Larry Stone. When I go to craft shows, the food usually sells out first. Yeah. You need to impulse buy things. Like that's people want to drop 20, 30 bucks. They might not want to, but they're happy to receive handcrafted thing by local artisan for 20 or 30 bucks. Once it gets above that, they need to start thinking about it. And as soon as they start thinking about it, you run into a problem. I mean, in an ideal world, I would make $3,000 coffee tables. Custom ordered $3,000 coffee tables, one a month. And that I would, or like wall cabinets. Do like a wall cabinet a month for a couple grand. It'd be great. I would love to do that. This year I have to make 2 significant pieces of furniture. Because I need to get back into making furniture because it's what I love doing. It's what I want to do. I sell my pen blanks by request only. But you give them away happily, and I appreciate that. They start thinking and then something shiny comes along. Exactly. Oh, Pinnell is requesting that you sell a pen blank. But not to you. Paul is good. Paul is really good at stabilizing. All of the stabilized blanks that I have gotten from Paul have been thoroughly all the way through and really good quality blanks. Should I have stabilized my pen blank with the Bloodwood one that you sent me? No, that does not need to be stabilized. Little burl chunks, like this guy that I turned tonight would have been nice if it was stabilized. I made it through, but there was a very real risk that this was going to explode. Like there wasn't an act when I was talking about like the fact that this could explode at any second. I was not pretending that. That was a very real possibility. And stabilizing burl chunks and punky wood that's rotten and things like that. Spalted stuff. Just to consistentize the structure of it is advantageous. And you can do cool things when you're stabilizing with dyes and things like that. You can like double dye and get some blues and some greens and some reds and things going into different parts of the grain and stuff like that. People do neat things with stabilizing in terms of colors. I'm gonna close this door. Because it is approximately, what did I say, 14 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit. It's give or take, it's probably around the 10 degree Fahrenheit range right now. I want to make pen blanks. I've got a pressure pot, but never used it. Get on it, yo. I've sent you some multicolored stabilized stuff. The purple dyed yellow cedar burl was multicolored, but it wasn't multicolored dyed. You probably have. I have boxes of Paul Waldrop like pen blanks in my house. They're not huge boxes, but they're like, Paul has sent me a lot of things. Paul is the best fan of the show in terms of like sending me things. You guys all need to step it up. I'm shaming the Paul. Do you recognize that you're causing me to shame the rest of the fans of the show? Thought I sent you some green, red, yellow lights. When do you use pressure versus vacuum? A vacuum pulls the air out of the blank and then refills those gaps with resin. A pressure pot causes the resin to degas. It's two separate operations. You sent me stuff. It's true, Todd. You did send me stuff, but you didn't send me boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. That's why it's funny, because I'm completely not serious, but I love all of y'all that like even just showing up and hanging out. I love it. You sending me stuff is even better, obviously. Supporting me on patreon.com/wooden things and stuff is also a great way to support what I do here. Nobody's watching this that isn't already doing that, I don't think. Use pressure pot to shrink the bubbles in resin when casting. Yeah. I guess that is what they do, right? They don't actually extract the bubbles. They just make them so that they aren't visible. You sent me a spreadsheet. You did. You sent me a spreadsheet and continue to contribute to that spreadsheet. And you put a link in the chat room when I ask you to. It's not the one that I want, but you do put it there. I think I sent you rosewood blanks. I think you sent me pink ivory. Maybe rosewood. I don't remember. There were a couple extra things on top of the bloodwood one. I don't remember exactly what they are, but yeah, there was because we looked them up on the show. I was like, I've never heard of this. Almost done. I am going to go. Oh, Nadia has responded. What did she say? So they don't all have those. No, they don't all have chucks. I'm going to have another conversation with Nadia about the requirements of actually turning something with a lathe. Because there's the lathe, and then there's the holding apparatus, and then there's the tools that you use to cut the wood, and then there are mandrels that put wood on. It's a whole ordeal. I'm going to go use the bathroom facility beside the house. We'll come back. We'll have another beer. We'll get it wrapped up. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows how it's going to go. And all the costs are up front. It's true. It's true. Just freeze midstream and he gets stuck to the side of the house. It's not that cold. It's not Saskatchewan cold. Is that cold for you guys? Whatever it is, 10 degrees Fahrenheit? It's cold for here, but it's not cold for where I grew up. It's 8 degrees here, but windy. And it's wet. It's wet 8 degrees, right? And a wet 8 degrees is cold in terms of how it feels. It's supposed to be 8 degrees here tomorrow through Wednesday. And 8 degrees is, a little bit below what it is here. Todd says -3 Celsius. Okay, so we're a little bit colder than you. I think we're probably right now around -12. It's 117 in July. Yep. But that's a different season. See, because of the tilt of Earth's axis in relation to the sun, maybe I'll do a show on the science of how seasons work. Just kidding. Mr. Haywood, he's not too windy, but it's -37. Yeah. Northern Alberta, idiot. You made a decision. How are you, my friend? We were learning science. Yeah, no, you weren't. I hope that you already know that. Is that a thing that people don't know about the tilt of the axis of the planet causing the seasons to change? I came to YouTube to get ideas for what to teach tomorrow, and then I saw your face, and you couldn't help but click the button because of my face just draws you in. I understand. Oh, hey, the boss is here. Yeah, we were talking about you. We were talking about how you've given me a budget and everyone was helping me shop for lathes. And we found some options, but nothing really within the budget. Just I don't think that it's a realistic expectation, but we can get something figured out. 23.5 degrees is supposed to distribute a uniform amount of the sun's energy on the earth. Yay! Look at us. Science. I was trying to squish my face. You need a... Does my beard count as face? Because you would need a wide... I was wondering why I got links while you were doing the show. Because people were sending them to me, and I was looking at them, and we were shopping on various websites, trying to find the best option for the shop that's going to be a good value and also a quality enough product for people to enjoy learning on. Because that's important. I think it may be most important is for people to enjoy their time learning from us. Our favorite hobby besides making fun of Mike is spending someone else's money. So often it's Mike's money. I may have purchased dust collector attachments from Texas that I may or may not ever use. Could take the phone to the lathe and do a show and tell. I think I should probably do, like, have Nadia over to explain to her the overall, like, what's entailed in, like, because like I said to you guys before she got here, so when I talk to woodworkers, I can talk in a different way than I can to non-woodworkers and not, like, realize that what I'm saying, like when I said this one comes with a chuck, and she said, "What's a chuck?" And I went, "Oh, idiot! Not everybody knows what this is." So yeah, we should have a discussion on, like, what the entirety of what's necessary is. We're hoping for the day when Mike's YouTube rich enough so that we can only spend his money. Yeah, me too. You can't do that, Mike, because nobody comes here to learn. You're not supposed to come here to learn, but you can accidentally learn. We can learn, just don't come here for that reason. We learned a little bit about Australian red mallee burl tonight when I made this keychain. Mike spends Paul's son's money sometimes too. Well, no. Spending my money, he's helping me spend my money. We were trying to get him to get his credit card. They did try to get me to go get the credit card and go buy. And I was like, no. I'm not going to impulse buy lathes and chucks. And I did impulse buy a chuck one time. One time I have impulse bought a tool, and it turned out to be like a really, really bad decision. One of the worst purchases I've ever made for the shop. What did I impulse buy one night when we were internet shopping? We went looking around. It was just a bunch of turning stuff, though. It was like turning kits, pen kits, and the Chef Bund. Chef Bund was impulse buy. Still got to make that. That pizza cutter is. I'm looking forward to that. Can't leave her lathe in the box for 2 years though. No. That would be like an unboxing video the day it came in. Might not release it for a while. The unboxing video of that lathe would happen immediately. I need to send you a set of handmade turning tools if you would use them. I would try them. You know what I want? If you're talking about handmade turning tools, I cannot bring myself to justify the hollowing tools from Easy Wood. I've got the number 1 hollower. I can't justify the number 2 and the number 3. And I would like those. And I know you make turning tools with like Allen keys and stuff. So maybe some like hollowing tools I would absolutely use. To get around corners for inside vases and hollow forms and stuff. Those would be a thing that I would use. Chef Bund was a great impulse buy. You're right. That pizza cutter. I should really clip out that section of that live show when I unbox that and send it to William Woodwright. Be like, you guys should sponsor me. Like that was a good ad for William Woodwright. I'm looking forward to having that pizza cutter in my life. I have a hollowing tool made from an 11-inch Allen wrench. "11 inches is huge." That's what she said. But, it didn't. She would, yeah. "11 inches is impressive." Oh. Yeah, so we will find the shop a lathe. We just need to, I think, be a little more realistic about the expense of said tool. We can sell the scroll saw to help pay for some of it, because we're probably never going to use the scroll saw again. Now that we have the laser, like you got the scroll saw to cut the things out that we now use the Glowforge for. So you can sell the scroll saw. He'll give us a couple $100 towards it. We can sell. What else? What else can we sell that we don't use? There's lots of stuff in that back hallway that we could probably garage sale out and help subsidize a tool that we're going to use. That's going to make us more money. Scrolling Christmas ornament class. Give Mike a week of unpaid vacation. She just did that. I just got a week of unpaid vacation. Spent it in Williams Lake, British Columbia. Let me tell you. Tourism BC should pay me to advertise for Williams Lake, British Columbia, because it is a fantastic trip. You can see their staples. They have many log yards. They have a Wendy's that has a liquor store attached to it, which was neat. Don't go to Williams Lake, British Columbia. It's not really worth your time. Oh, put it on the wall. Another advertisement for Kraft food company. As much as I don't like Robert Kraft as a person, if you ever are making Kraft macaroni and cheese, in Canada we call it Kraft dinner, and you don't realize until you've started cooking your noodles, you're boiling your noodles, and then you realize that you don't have any butter, you just substitute Kraft Cheese Whiz for the butter portion when you mix it up. Good tip. Thanks, Kraft. Hashtag not sponsored. Anyway, anybody else got things they want to talk about? What's wrong with Robert Kraft? I'm not going to go into what I don't like about Robert Kraft, but I just don't think he's a good human being. He's not, I don't think he's as bad as Anthony Kiedis. But I mean, he's the owner of like a huge multinational corporation. Like I kind of just don't like those people. I don't buy name brands. It all tastes the same to me. That's fair. Sent you a pic of the hollowing tool. Let's go see. That is going to get around some curves. Look at this guy. That's a for serious hollowing tool, that is. Woo! That's like a crowbar. The answer is yes. You want to send me one of those? You put one of those in the box that's coming my way. I will absolutely make a use of that. Is it flat on the back that it sits on the tool rest? Yeah. Yeah, it's a four-sided. It's a small crowbar. That's right. Yeah. You get around the inside of the underside of a lip of a vase or a hollow form. Yep. How far? I guess it would depend on the handle length. But how far, like, over the outside of the tool rest can you get before that starts to want to twist on you? It's like a leverage. I want to say it's not going to be that much different than an easy wood. And I can get that bad boy 6 inches out. That's what she said. Could a small Harbor Freight crowbar be ground down like that? I mean, yeah, you can grind anything down. It's just, do you want to put the time and effort into doing it? But yeah, I mean, you could. Hold on. I'm never going to do it, but yeah, you absolutely could if you wanted to put the time and effort into making this little crowbar thing and flatten that off and grind this down into something you could turn with. You absolutely could. I don't have any interest in doing that. But someone could. No, because it's drop forged cheap cast iron. What is that? I don't know what this is. This is warning, wear safety goggles made in Taiwan. That's what this is. And it's not a matter of whether or not you could do it. It's a matter of, is it worth doing it? Because if it's not a good enough steel to keep an edge long enough where you don't have to keep going back to sharpen it all the time, then what's the point? You just like you have a tool that sucks and you just have to keep going back to sharpen it, and then every time you sharpen it, it goes away a little bit more, and then it's a matter of value proposition of the time and effort required. Now, when the pomade looked pretty good though. Heat treat and temper, it's good enough. Yeah, and it stays sharp long enough to make some cuts, and then it's relatively quick to get back to sharp enough, and it's not going to dissolve because of how often you have to take it back to sharpen it. Yeah, sure. I don't even think I've ever seen like an 11-inch hex bolt, like hex key, whatever you made that thing out of. I don't even think I've ever seen like the original version of that. It's working on submarines. The easy wood is 200-ish. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like I have the number 1, but I can't justify adding the 2 and the 3 for that kind of cost, just to be able to get further around that corner. But Easy Wood Tools makes a great product. I don't think I've ever seen anybody say anything negative about their purchase of Easy Wood Tools anything. I mean, I've seen people highly praise them because they've been given the product or whatever. But even people who paid full price, I paid full price for both. I have 2 Easy Wood Tools products. I have the number 1 hollower and I have the 1/8-inch parting tool. And I paid full price for both of them. And they are 2 of the most used tools in my turning arsenal. And I am very, very happy to have paid what I paid for them. No sponsorship, no relationships whatsoever. I'm entirely happy with those purchases. I have a number one as well. Todd says it's probably my most used tool. I turned this entire keychain with it. This entire keychain tonight was turned with the Easy Wood Tools number one hollow. It doesn't need to be a hollower to be a really good carbide cutting tool. If I could have the entire collection, if anybody knows anybody at Easy Wood Tools, especially in the marketing department or the like sponsorship department or whatever, you hook me up. I kind of don't want to. I do and I don't want to have people send me free tools. Because if people send me free tools, obviously I'm not going to be able. How I can. I could say bad things about them if they're shit. But like it skews everybody else's, and justifiably so. It should skew your opinion on whether or not you trust that person's opinion on that thing. If they got it for free, they are much less likely to tell you it's a piece of shit. And even if they didn't get it for free, if they paid full money for it, but it's okay, they might tell you it's better than okay in an attempt to get a sponsorship from that company or whatever. It's just so hard to trust what people say about things on the internet, because you don't know what their reasoning are for saying those things. I use the Rockler set more for mint carbide. Number one is really big for the MIDI lathe. It is long. Yeah, it's long. I got the Rockler, guys. I want to do a full-on test of these things. I filmed the unboxing of the Rockler mini carbide tools, but I want to give them like the good old college try and put them through their paces and get a good opinion or bad opinion on whatever. Before I put that video out, I want to have something of value to say. So I want to be using them for a while before, because what I don't like unboxing videos that don't give you any value other than this is what comes in the box. So I want the unboxing video to end with like, so now it's 6 months later, I've been using these, this is how I feel about them. Is this a good use of your money? Maybe if you don't live in Canada, or whatever. It's like I'm going to do a video on Carter bandsaw blades, which I was pissed off about how much I ended up paying for them. They are good. They are good. And if you don't live in Canada, they are absolutely worth your money. They are a good bandsaw blade. If you live in Canada, it's maybe not worth ordering them. Maybe it is. You have to make that decision yourself. Because for some reason, Carter uses UPS to send their blades. And when you live in Canada and people use UPS to send things to you, you pay too much money for your things. Because UPS is garbage and everyone should stop using them. The end. So there. I'm using the skew a lot more, really liking it since I hate sanding. I'm still kind of scared. I want to get into using the skew, but it scares me because of my early relationship between chisels and wood on a lathe. Because I didn't know what I was doing and it hurt me. And when I look at a skew, it reminds me of that. So it's a psychological block that I have between using the skew and turning wood. Just is like, just be honest. It's like I look down at it and the entire self just freezes and is like, you do not put this into a spinning piece of wood. The last time you put something like this into a spinning piece of wood, it shot into your goddamn stomach. Like, and I know that that's not right because I understand the physics of it and whatever, but there's something that happens. At least they aren't Purolator. I don't know that that's any better. When things come from US, what does Purolator have brokerage fees at the border as well? UPS was cheaper than FedEx when I was checking shipping prices before sending that box. Right. But then at the other side, on yours, I don't think I did get hit with, I don't remember getting hit with a bonus charge. But most of the time when UPS shows up here, they're like, if it came from out of Canada, if it came from outside Canada, sure, you're expected to pay Canadian taxes on the thing that you purchased or whatever. It makes sense. But there's an extra 30 or 40 bucks that UPS puts on top of things as a brokerage fee for it coming across the border. Pretty frequently. And it sucks because you think you build the prices in and you're like, okay, well, this is actually worth ordering, even including shipping and whatever and taxes. And then like when it shows up at the door, they're like, oh, you owe us 60 bucks. You're like, oh, okay, well, I guess it actually wasn't worth ordering then. But like I said, the Carter bandsaw blades are right on the edge, I think. They are a very high quality bandsaw blade, and I might, even at the additional cost, no, I probably won't. I probably won't just because they use UPS. And on principle, I might send them an email even and be like, I would love to reorder your blades, but on principle, I will not because you use UPS. Because I don't appreciate being hit with a surprise cost. I just build it into the cost of your business. If you're going to charge everybody an extra 30 bucks, build it into the cost. Don't spring it on them when it shows up at their door. you can just pay the tax and duty yourself and show the paperwork to the UPS driver, and there's no extra charge. No, there's the brokerage fee. It's like because UPS had to bring it across or whatever. It's just, I don't know why. I don't understand the garbage UPS system. If it's something has to come across the border and it's being carried by UPS, it's like $40 on top of whatever it is. Not if you do it yourself. You can self-declare it 100%. What? You're going to have to give me more details on that situation, because the next time UPS shows up at my door with a bill, I want to be able to tell them, no, 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 no. I just don't want to deal with companies that deal with UPS. Because I think that's a shit way to do business. And I'm a grumpy old man shaking my fist at the cloud, and I've decided to put my foot down on certain arbitrary things in my life, and one of them is chalk paint. No, totally kidding. Chalk paint is fine. My eye twitches a little bit. Antiquing furniture by hitting it with a chain and painting it with chalk paint is just fine. Rustic farmhouse furniture is just fine. Hitting me with a bill at the door when I ordered something because you had to bring it across the border, not fine. Anyway, we are 3 hours and 21 minutes into the show. Let's wrap it up. Unless there's anything that people want to keep talking about, I could be done. I am pretty cold. It's not warm. What is the current temperature? Saying -6 feels colder than -6. Anyway, we made a fancy keychain. Red Mallee Burl from Australia. Time for a Chinese diesel heater. I got the little electric oil heater thing like right under me. It's not quite cutting it. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Pinella is on top of it. Let's wrap it up. Bye for tonight. We'll see you next week. We'll try to turn something again next week. I don't know. It varies about how I feel when I get off work at any given time. But I'm going to try to make more things on the show more often. Bye for now. Next Saturday, theoretically, at some point during the day before the show, I don't think I'm going to live premiere it, but there should be a jewelry box video coming out. We'll see. Bye for now. Thanks, everybody. As always, I very much appreciate you stopping by.